Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Podpinions.
I'm Rich.
And I'm Bruce. We are back once again for a fun-filled episode.
Oh, great. We were dealing with snow.
Yes. It is tis the season, as they say.
Yeah, well, it is December.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. It made it to December.
But we got off easy.
Right.
Because there was, 8 to 12 inches originally predicted.
Right.
And then downgraded to 8 to 10, and we maybe got 5 inches.
Right.
Maybe.
Yep. I mean, it did rain afterwards, so it got really heavy afterwards.
It's very icy.
Yeah. So if it's freezing tonight, it should be a skating rink.
Joy. Especially that hill.
You know, I noticed that just because after it was Thanksgiving, all the news forecasters and weathermen weren't screaming to have everybody get bread and milk because they already had leftovers. So.
That's right. Yeah, no bread, milk, and eggs.
And turkey and mashed potatoes.
That's right. And stuffing.
Yeah.
We actually had steak.
Did you?
A baked potato and string beans. Because it was just the two of us, and we said, screw it. Who needs a turkey?
Yeah, right. Right. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Turkey used to be, growing up, I mean, it was kind of like the only time you had turkey. Now it's turkey sandwiches and,
turkey
deli
bowls from Wawa.
Turkey, yeah, that's true.
Loaded with sodium.
Yes.
And all kinds of other chemicals.
All that crunchy stuff.
Speaking of chemicals.
Yeah.
I've talked about this app a few times, and what's really bizarre, it's called Yucca, Y-U-K-A.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool app.
Yeah. So we had some Pepsi Zero Sugar in the refrigerator here. Mm-hmm. And I thought, let's give it a try. So I tasted one, and it was absolutely vile. All chemicals, no natural anything. So there's a barcode on the can. Let's check it out, see what Yucca has to say. Well, there's 7 additives that are red, which means really bad. Not even orange, but really, really bad. And they're all carcinogenic, if you can believe it. There's sulfite ammonia caramel, which it's a food coloring. And this additive could contain concerning contaminants.
Not to be, mixed up with cyanide caramel.
Yeah, right.
Ammonia caramel.
Right. Sulfite ammonia caramel, or caramel, however you want to say it, including 4-MEI, a substance considered possibly carcinogenic by several authorities. Who are the authorities? I want to know.
That's interesting.
And classified as a reprotoxic in the European Union. This is really bad stuff. Now, there's 7 of them.
Stuff in the European Union? I guess not, right?
Right. They won't. Phosphoric acid, which, according to this, it increases the acidity of the product and gives an acidic taste. This stuff tastes so bad. I mean, it's just
I haven't tried it. So.
It's horrible. Take one out of the...
No, that's all right.
It's really bad. But it causes cardiovascular disease, adverse effects on your kidneys, disorder of bone mineralization. Why does the FDA allow this? Seriously.
Yeah. Well, I
mean, water is the bottom of the list as far as...
I guess they're not the certain authorities.
Man, it's... and there's 2 kinds of really toxic sweeteners in it.
Right.
And I'm thinking to myself, why would the government allow this to be on the market? All of it causes cancer and heart disease.
Well, I'm sure they make tax dollars off of it.
Unbelievable. Anyhow, Yucca. Go check it out in the app.
Y-U-K-A.
Yeah, Y-U-K-A. It's awesome. Well, kind of creepy, too, at the same time.
But be prepared to throw everything out in your fridge and cabinets.
And stupid me actually scanned the thing after I drank the can of soda,
right.
But should have scanned it before I drank it.
Well, we're going to see if he makes it to the next part of this year, so don't go away. We'll be right back, right?
Welcome to Podpinions, where the world's on fire, and we show up like it's a backyard barbecue. Politicians roasted. Woke trends torched. Common sense, we've got you covered.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. We are here. We're live and in video land.
That's right. In our new digs and diner booth. We're looking for a jukebox.
Yeah.
A wall-o-matic.
You know, I was up the coffee shop last night, and one of the young guys, they watched the show, and he said, you need something in the background there? And I said, yeah, we're thinking about a jukebox. And he kind of looked at me funny, you know. Yeah, what's that?
Right? He didn't know what it was.
Well, he was thinking the jukebox is, you know.
Oh, the big thing.
Yeah.
No, the wall-o-matic,
Right.
Seabird.
And so I pulled one up. And I don't remember if it was Marketplace or eBay or one of them. I said, no. I said, I forgot. You probably don't know, but this used to be on every diner table that you went to.
Absolutely.
And it sat there. You put your coin in. You flipped the little window there, picked your song, picked a letter and a number.
A5.
Yes. And then once the songs that were picked before yours got done playing, then your song would play. And you had little speakers right there.
Yep.
You could turn it up right there at your table. And
Annoy everybody.
yes, exactly.
And nobody really complained. It was
No,
kind of
yeah.
it was kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it was.
Very cool.
Yep.
I
So,
actually went into a diner one time and one of my singles was on the jukebox.
was it really?
It was.
Did you play it?
I did. Of course I did. Had to get the half of a cent
Right. Right.
for the airplay.
Cost you a quarter. But
Yeah, right. It cost me a quarter to make a half a penny. Hey,
and that's why we're here.
it's showbiz. Isn't it great?
Yeah.
So did you hear about this Oklahoma student?
Just before air.
I know, I
we were
showed it
going
to
at
you.
it, and I had no clue. But
This is really
crazy.
This is nuts. There was an Oklahoma student was flunked by the teaching assistant after touting Christian beliefs in a gender essay. And this graduate teaching assistant, guy's name is Mel Kurth, failed a student on essay advocating biblical values and traditional gender roles. So it was a University of Oklahoma student, and she got a 0 out of 25 on this essay because she quoted biblical scripture.
Mm.
Can you believe this?
No, it's pretty. It's pretty disheartening, actually.
And the guy, the essay referred to Genesis, which is the first book of the Bible,
Mm.
and in which God created men and women. That's according to the Bible. If you may not buy into it, but why can't she have this opinion?
She should be able to have the opinion. Just like somebody can have the opinion that, you know, everything was created out of a spark and a dead star or something like that. You know,
No, didn't we, the fish that came out of the water and the reptiles?
Well, that too. I mean, they could believe that too, you know. They could believe that, guy wearing a dress is a woman too, but
True.
it's not.
So she's actually pushing back now, which I think is really good.
Yeah.
And she's trying to get other students to push back as well. And I just think that, first of all, it's not even a professor. It was a teaching assistant.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely wrong.
So you're asking children in, school, whichever level they're at, to put their actual beliefs down. And it's not you to critique, in my opinion. It's not the job of the teacher to critique the exact wording that they expect the students to come up with, because each student is going to have some kind of different opinion,
Absolutely.
or belief, or something. It's the basis of the whole article, how it's written, how it's structured. I thought that's how it was done.
Well, that's what the basis of this article is this student was given a set of criteria,
Mm-hmm.
and that being part of it was the actual writing and the grammar and the idea, and all that stuff. And to just flunk them because she had biblical beliefs.
Right. And it's got to have some kind of, equal opportunity for the workforce. I mean, you can't discriminate against a person for color, race, religion.
Well, you heard what happened in Pennsylvania,
It
right?
has to be something like that.
Did you hear this one?
No.
I didn't think you did.
No.
But ready for this? Our wonderful governor, Shapiro, moron that he is, just signed into law a bill, or signed a bill, making it a law that you cannot discriminate upon somebody's hairstyle. I shit you not.
Somebody's hairstyle.
Right. So, you go to like Dunkin' Donuts, my favorite place, not. And, kids there with dreadlocks and he's not even wearing a hat or anything.
So what happened to safety, health and safety with hair nets and
But I don't know.
different
I
things
don't know.
like
But
that?
every place I go in now, nobody's wearing a hat or a hair covering. But so if the kid's got, or if the person has green, purple, and blue hair, you still have to let them wear that hairstyle. There's no more dress code.
No more dress code.
For hair.
What for hair?
Right.
Okay. Well, I guess that's what he's been knocked down to try to get voters. I don't know.
Yeah, but he's...
We can all see him glowing in the dark.
I couldn't believe that when I read it. Seriously. It just... With all the crap that's going
When
on.
he's driving home at night, there's a voter.
Right.
Oh, there's a
But
voter.
no, but with everything that's going on, that's like this much
Yeah.
of the over, you know what I mean? It's like, why are you wasting your time on
And
this?
that's what I'm talking about. Fake representatives. They're
Yeah, I mean,
pretending.
what the legislature passed this.
They're pretending.
And-
What has that got to do with anything?
And in Pennsylvania, the Republicans have the Senate.
Mhm.
Why
So,
did it go through the Senate?
How, in other words, what earth-shattering, domestic, crushing, country imploding thing happened that would cause them to do this? Do you have any
I have
idea?
no clue. I heard it on the radio.
I
I heard it on the radio, and I was like, I got to look this up. So I looked it up, and sure enough, it's real.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't believe it. It's mind-numbing that they're
So
wasting that much time on this.
But what we have to ask ourselves is, what is the reason for this? That's the case. What is the reason for this? Because they didn't do this for just because
the kid with the green hair at Dunkin' Donuts.
right. There's a reason for this. What's the reason? What are they going to benefit out of this? What are they going to use against the people so that they can benefit themselves for this?
I think it's just voter base. I could be wrong. I don't know, but that's my guess.
Yeah, that's because everything they're starting to do, and we've been talking to some people about a future podcast, and they had watched the last episode and said, it looks like you need a little positivity brought into your life about what's been going on. There's this or this.
It's all negative.
And it is. There are some good things that are happening. The problem
Name one. I'm playing devil's advocate now.
Well, you brought up last week about some of the representatives not taking pay.
Yeah, but that's
on their own behalf is saying, listen, I'm not going to take pay.
Yeah, but how many did?
And yes, but so those few, yes, they should be acknowledged. But my point is, it shouldn't be a question of if they do have that choice or not. It should be, and this representative that didn't take it, I think it was President Hanna, actually. Pretty sure that's who it was. But the point is, we should have it across the board so there's not even a question. And it should be, if they can't pass a budget, then they don't get paid.
That's why
Nobody gets paid.
Actually, we'll take it a step, and I mentioned this again last episode. We should go back to the way it was with our founding fathers. It was a part-time job.
Mm-hmm.
They go to Washington, they do their thing, they go back home to their job, to their farm, to their whatever, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And they get a small stipend
Mm-hmm.
for their job in Congress. But this, like making a career out of it, getting $174,000 a year, plus all kinds of benefits and a ridiculous pension.
And travel and food
Right.
and entertainment.
And allowed
it's
to
all-
insider trade.
Right. I mean, who wouldn't want that? Right?
I don't
That's
know.
a sweet deal right there.
Yeah, right.
And you don't even really have to work. You don't really have to accomplish anything.
No,
you-
it's a scam.
Yeah.
So we should go back to the way it was. I don't know when this changed, where they started getting a full-time salary and it became a full-time job, which it's really not because they're only in session X amount of days.
It changed when they made the changes on the law.
Well, I got to look into it and find out exactly when and why.
So it's not that there aren't good things going on out there and there aren't people really working hard and, busting their hump every day to try to change everything. The problem is it's just like this girl in the school. There's so much of that little stuff that is happening now that those good points that used to be able to acknowledge and congratulate, if we don't change something drastically soon, my thought
It's got to be before the midterms. Otherwise, we're screwed.
It's just going to go back, and that's my point. Is we should acknowledge good things, but we have to not accept it's good enough. In other words,
you and I have discussed that a couple times. That's the biggest problem with the Republicans is they're just, it's good enough.
right.
We'll just leave it there.
Well, we got this far, and
That's good
we'll
enough.
get them next time.
Yeah, there is no next time.
That is not, and that's the difference with Trump being in office. He was a business person, and it's not good enough. If you say you're going to have the building built by this date,
It better be done.
because if not, then you're costing everybody else more.
Now, I showed you that one post today on Facebook from one of my musician friends.
Yeah.
It's insane. How do you answer that stuff?
No, you can't.
I mean, they're basically making it out like Trump is beyond Hitler. He's like Satan reincarnated, or Satan incarnate.
And that's their belief. I mean, just like this girl, they have their belief. I'm not saying that they shouldn't voice it. We do have the freedom of speech, but the point is, just like, a man pretending to go into the woman's bathroom and being a woman, it's wrong.
Oh, absolutely,
It's just wrong.
But
So if you're going to call
why can
somebody Hitler,
why can they spew that crap and we can't fight back?
because they all stick together. They all stick together, and they all defend each other, no matter what, whether it's a lie, whether it's a truth, whether it's made up, whether it's going to hurt somebody. They all stick together, and the conservative representatives don't do that. They get caught up with the feelings and with morality. To be honest, the other side doesn't have any morals, as far as I'm concerned.
No, I'm with you on that one.
So morality gets in the way, and unfortunately, you got to take that switch sometimes and turn it off, and you have to get the job done.
Speaking of morality, Trump is escalating his clash with the Somalia thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole Somali community in Minnesota, and Ilhan Omar is like losing her mind. And Trump is going after her, and he's reviving this whole Omar married her brother thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're really like looking into it.
Yeah, well, I've seen some documents out there that, if true, I mean, it just shows him, the brother, being, in school under that name, and so it doesn't look good.
No, not at all. And what he's doing, he's calling a block of Somali migrants to Minnesota garbage, which I think he's been like kind of overdoing it. But that's morality.
Right. Dim it. Just take the dimmer and just to get down a little bit.
Yeah, just a little.
Just for a little while.
He was talking about how Minnesota's turned into a welfare state in certain areas. And so this whole Somali thing in Minnesota, it's like actually in Minneapolis and St. Paul, which is where the real problem is. And that's where Ilhan Omar is. That's her district. So she's like the political figurehead in that district for the Somalis. And so now ICE is going in to try to sort stuff out with the Somalis because there's evidently a whole bunch of them that are here illegally, but they're getting benefits. Stunning.
You mean all that stuff that they said that it was not happening, they're actually getting benefits?
Yes, but
and stuff?
but the lefties are still fighting back, saying no, that's not true. But here there's proof. And Tim Walz, the governor, who could have by that much, well, no, not by that much, but could have been our vice president.
Turn the page.
Yeah, right. He's losing it too now. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And he's trying to fight back, and he's looking like an idiot.
Yeah. It's like he nailed one foot to the floor. He's trying to run.
He said he's defending himself to the New York Times of all places, right? That the programs under scrutiny are actually set to move money to people, not to these organizations. So what's happening is it's like a Ponzi scheme, not even a Ponzi scheme. It's a money laundering scheme. People are getting money and it's getting funneled to these Somali groups like overseas.
I heard that it's some kind of, I don't know whether it's a religious group, but it does have a Lutheran. It's an NGO.
Right.
That they get the money and then they filter into the Somali,
right?
But communities.
But they're skimming the money. That's
yes,
right.
Yes,
it's
and
not
then
going it's not going where it's supposed to be going.
And then it filters back through.
Right.
And then what happens is the state then says, well, we don't have enough money to take care of all this stuff because, now we have to have groups fund this stuff. We need more money.
Right. So what he's
the federal government has to give them more money.
So, but what cracked me up was like the New York Times is on this now. So the New York Times,
yes.
one of the most liberal newspapers out there.
It's because the writing's on the wall.
Probably.
The writing's on the wall. When Charlie Kirk was executed on live television, video, whatever you want to call it, live stream, the universe shook, and everybody felt it afterward. Whether you realize it now or not, that was the turning point, and it just happens to be his company's name, that people started to go, wait a minute. You can take a person, and he was religious.
Very absolutely religious.
But he did not interject his religious beliefs in every conversation he had with somebody or every debate that he had with somebody. He would say, these are my beliefs. This is how it is. This is what it is. But he didn't browbeat somebody because you didn't believe in God or you were going to go to hell or all this stuff. Exactly. He wanted to have a real debate. He wanted to understand what the other side had to say. If there was a point, then we would maybe, I'm sure he learned some stuff too. I mean, you know what I mean?
How could you not? You're debating all these people and you have this give and take. Of course you're going to learn something from that.
Right.
You must.
When that happened, like I said, there was a jolt, there was a bump in the universe. I don't care if you believe in God. I don't care if you believe in nothing. I don't care if you believe in black holes. I don't care if you believe in stars exploding and we crawled out of the ocean, as salamanders. I don't care what you believe. But at that time,
I'm sorry. It just sounds funny.
At that time, the universe, there was a jolt. And since that time, if you can start to look back and see like the New York Times, people are starting to talk now openly, truthfully, and people are saying enough.
Yes, but then you have the
enough.
stalwarts that are so dug in that they...
And they're always going to be like that.
Oh, man, it's crazy.
They're always going to be like that. And they will go down with the ship. They will go down with the ship just like that. But the people that I think, have didn't feel like they had a voice or couldn't say anything or were afraid maybe, people are paying attention now. And like I said something the other week to somebody, I said, do you notice it's the time that you have to be really worried? They say in war, I was never in war, so I don't know, but it's a time that everything's quiet.
Calm before the storm.
And, what's coming? What are they planning? What's going on? Since that happened, people have been kind of, even I've noticed online, you get the typical screamers and the Chicken Littles, the sky's falling, but it's been kind of quiet. And I think it's because people are actually stopping and looking around, their communities. We brought up the gas last week.
Mm-hmm. It still hasn't come down yet.
What have these people that we put into office actually done for us? If you can assassinate somebody just for wanting to have a conversation, what are we all doing here?
I don't know.
That's
the question.
What is unacceptable anymore then? So I think people are actually taking a step back and just taking a look around at what's taking on the big picture. And I think things are going to change.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
New York Times, for instance. And some of these news organizations, even CNN, I've seen some stuff. And I think it's just come to a point that this isn't just for a paycheck. This isn't, this is real life, and what's going on?
Well, Tim Walz, with this whole scheme thing that they're doing, he said the programs that are in place are set up to improve people's lives. Mm-hmm. They're not getting the money.
Right.
It's going elsewhere.
Yeah. And the New York Times is calling them out.
Right. But he actually, I saw him on TV, actually saying that.
Right.
That it's there to improve people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
And in many cases, the criminals find the loopholes. He's one of the criminals that is doing this.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
And more people are opening their eyes to that.
Right. And then Trump, of course, had to stick his 2 cents in. Piss everybody off. He said, Somalia is barely a country.
Yeah. Well, they're all over here, right? In Michigan.
No, it's not Minnesota.
Minnesota. Sorry, Michigan, Minnesota.
Same thing, right?
Yeah, right. You know that old joke.
Let's not go there.
Yeah.
Then there's this Afghan refugee who shot the 2 soldiers in D.C., the 2 National Guard people.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out that the guy has been federally charged with threatening a terror attack. So he was talking about this before he even did what he did.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to kill civilians. He just wanted to kill everybody.
Right. And then he was brought in here as the...
Yeah. He came in with... He arrived in the U.S. as part of the Operation Allies Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Where, remember when in Afghanistan, Biden, just took everybody out? And what he should have done was left a lot of stuff there and kept the air base, but no.
Mm-hmm.
So they took everything out and left they took all the people out and then left all the equipment and whatnot.
Right.
It should have been pretty much the other way around.
Yep.
But that guy came with that, and they didn't vet him correctly,
Mm-hmm.
because he was working as a CIA operative
Mm-hmm.
against our enemies,
Right.
even though the enemy was
Our enemy.
Our
which was-
choice.
Yeah.
it's very confusing.
Nail that foot and run.
Yep, absolutely. So he threatened to conduct a series of a suicide attack on other participants in this video call, as well as on all the infidels and U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
So this guy was hell bent on like killing people,
Right. Right.
regardless of who, as long as they were Afghans. Now, my question is, how many more of these guys are floating around in the country?
Oh, I'm sure there's quite a few. But I guess how did they? I mean, how did they use him? I mean, was it a personal thing? Was it a?
No, who knows?
If he's basically coming in here, if they used him against his own people, and then now he came over here and is basically killing the people that kept him alive over there, got him out because they were probably going to kill him over there.
Oh, yeah, either way.
So,
But,
what was the real
well,
story behind the story?
There's two theories here. One is he was a terrorist that came over here and did what he did. But then it's the other possibility is he came over here and then got, like brainwashed by the lefties to do this.
And it could be, but
I don't think so.
I'd like to know what he did over there that entitled him to be brought here. In other words, what information, what stuff did he provide over there that actually
don't know.
benefited him to be able to come over here as a Friends of the Allies?
Well, he was
whatever they called
working.
him.
He was working as a CIA operative with this one particular group of Afghans.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. What information did he actually provide that was factual and beneficial to?
Oh, well, I don't know.
That's
They're not talking.
So my point is the CIA infiltrated?
Or maybe. Well, he was talking about building a bomb, and he was going to use gasoline and something else. It was pretty. You got to. There was so much to this story, and just very sketchy details.
He wasn't over here making hydrogen balloons, was he?
With these balloons. Bruce is alluding. There was a couple weeks ago. There was a guy arrested locally, and it was actually a meth lab. He had propane tanks in the living room or the dining room, and he was all burned up, and there was the propane tank had a big huge dent in the side, and they asked him why. He said it was from all the hydrogen balloons he was blowing up. Made absolutely no sense. It was a meth lab.
It's a big birthday party.
Unbelievable. That's what he was.
Everybody has clowns. He had to do something different.
Unbelievable. It's just crazy, but it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like people are just losing their collective mind.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I don't know where the switch got flipped.
If you have any ideas at all, put them in the comments. Okay.
I don't know. We all drink the same water. We're all getting the same ammonia caramel.
All right.
So does it affect people differently? I don't know.
Here's another one. The State Department yanks the visas of all these Mexican guys, executives,
Right.
because 3 guesses. The 6 individuals at an air travel company allegedly helped coordinate the transportation and fraudulent documents for illegal aliens. So their visas got yanked. Oops.
So they were bringing in the illegals.
Yeah.
probably paying them dirt
Who
money
knows?
to manufacture their stuff so that they could get their bonuses as executives.
Right. So these guys. Oh, and then they have imposed travel restrictions on these guys too, so they can't actually come back to the United States.
Okay. Good.
And yeah, absolutely good. What they were doing was they were providing fraudulent travel documents. So passports, visas, all that, but it was all bogus.
Right.
Nothing was real.
That's some pretty high paid
Yeah, I
positions,
guess.
right? Listen, guys, one word of advice. Don't get any cigar boats. Go fast out on the ocean. Don't do that.
You wind up dead. That was the other thing. Pete Hegseth, right? They just blew up another one of these stupid cigar boats, bringing drugs in from Venezuela. So there was two guys hanging on, I guess, after the first explosion, or the first missile hit them, or whatever they shot them down with, or shot them with. And two guys were like hanging on the boat. So Pete Hegseth ordered another attack to take them out. So now...
So was it actually Hegseth or...
Oh, who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
But he's getting blamed for it.
Right. Oh, yeah. He's the guy, so he would get the blame. Right.
So he's getting blamed for taking these two scumbags out. No, they should have due process. No, they're Venezuelan drug dealers.
Okay.
I don't understand the logic. I just don't.
Again, they're
losing their minds over this.
Right, but
They're saying that what he
there's
did
morality and then there's an excuse or fake morality, I guess. It's to prove a point. If it was somebody wearing a MAGA hat hanging on the side of the boat,
blow them up.
They wouldn't care.
Right.
So it's not really morality. It's phony feelings or whatever it is. It's just an excuse. It's just an excuse to make trouble. That's what it is. They don't care about the people dying in San Francisco's, main drag there, laying on the street. People got to walk over and they're laying there dead. They don't care about that because the drugs were brought in here. They care about this. Right?
Well, they're saying that these guys should.
Or supposedly they
send the Navy or whoever over there to get them, to save them, bring them back, and then they should have a court hearing.
And then what, execute them?
No, I don't know. But that they're saying due process.
Okay.
A, they're not American citizens. B, they're drug scum.
C, they're out in the middle of the international waters.
Right. So who cares?
So
this was the 20th boat that they sank.
That's where you just dim the switch for a few minutes.
But I just don't understand the logic. I don't get it.
It's just a fight. They're using their phony morality to try and trigger morality in people that actually have morals. Is what they're doing. It's a mind game.
Did you hear Schmuckles this morning in the Senate?
No.
Reading his thing with his hands behind his back and his glasses down over his nose, which I want to just But he was going off about how Pete Hegseth is like this awful human being and he should be tried for criminal whatever.
You'll get your turn, Chuck, I'm sure. Yeah,
but it's just unbelievable.
You're on the book of bad doings too, so I'm sure people have stuff to say about you too, so careful what you wish for.
Yeah, right. It's going to come back and bite him in the ass.
Yeah.
It has to.
Yeah.
And then Trump froze all Afghan visas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the State Department did the Mexican guys with their visas, but now these are like all Afghan visas.
What will the senior ladies do?
I don't know.
They don't have Afghans.
Not that kind of Afghan. No.
Okay.
But after the D.C. shooting,
just relax in here. Isn't it nice?
Bad joke.
We could sit, relax, and, just have fun.
But he's what he did was, after the two National Guard soldiers got shot, he decided, wait a minute, let's just take a look at all the Afghan visas, because all these people, again, Biden brought them in, thousands of them, and they're going to go back and they're going to vet every single one of these people, and they're going to check all their green cards. They're going to check everything.
Well, that's the way it should be. I mean, right?
Absolutely. So he's going to permanently pause migration from all third world countries, is what he said the other day, which I think is a good thing.
I think you ought to stop funding for every country in the globe for 6 months.
Well, why are you paying for all this stuff in the first place?
I think they ought to, he should stop everything for 6 months and then find out who is who supporting who, what these NGOs are doing, where all this money is going that we're shelling out.
Well, they're starting to do that. They're starting to look into all this stuff.
Right, but if you don't stop it,
right, it's going to keep going.
It's going to keep going. So everybody, and find out, because once you stop that, you're going to start seeing things pop up. It's going to be like that Gopher game, you know what I mean?
This thing just moved.
Did it?
It's possessed. It just went
and just slower.
It was kind of
We're
weird.
going to have to tighten the screw.
Yeah,
Sorry, new stuff here, people. So
there we go. Okay. It just went whoop.
We want to get something that didn't look like an octopus taking over the table here. So
Well, we can always go back to the little clip-on lavalier mics.
yeah, that's true. And these are better.
These are much better. So he also is not ruling out land strikes in Venezuela, which is really making the Democrats nuts.
Mhm.
Although, I mean, I don't think we have to do that. Actually, invade Venezuela.
Well, there's different theories of why that's happening. One of the theories is China's making so many deals with Venezuela,
Well, they're making deals with everybody.
getting the oil from Venezuela, and then in turn, Venezuela is creating routes for their drugs, fentanyl, looking other ways for possibly making military, bases or something like that, in different areas or around Venezuela. So I don't think it's just because you got 6 guys on a drug boat. I think it has.
No, it's a lot deeper than that.
But that's what people are screaming about. It's like they're not looking at the big picture of exactly what's going on,
Do they ever? No.
No.
Everything's in like these little boxes instead of.
It's like that calendar for December, get that little box with the
Put the pennies in.
yeah.
What was that? Nativity calendar.
Yeah. Every day you open the door.
Absolutely. I remember every year we'd get one of those.
For the door. Oh, another boat.
And then Kristi Noem said that Joey Biden actually used DHS, Department of Homeland Security, to invade the country with terrorists. And all these people,
I
like
can't disagree
thousands
with
and
that.
thousands and thousands of them,
Mm-hmm.
he just let them in.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them were with that Afghan thing
Mm-hmm.
when they closed down the base.
Yep.
And
it's not just for votes. It's for, we can see it in the court system and the prosecutors and letting murderers off. And like I said, they're trying to get Americans scared and segregated and afraid to go out. Like I said, walk down to the stairwell to their mailbox without getting murdered. They're gonna basically put themselves in prison. So they let all the criminals out on the street to keep the good people away, so they don't see what they're doing.
right. Well, there was a student in New York yesterday got beat up. kid was just walking down the street and got attacked.
Yep.
On a college campus.
Yep.
I mean, granted, it's in the city, but
yeah, but still, I mean, it shouldn't happen.
so we're having. I have mixed feelings on all this stuff. I mean, I just look at this area and what's going on. Now, there was a hearing tonight, a public hearing for Coolbah-Tobyhanna Township. This is in Monroe County in Pennsylvania, Northeast PA. They're trying to put up another warehouse, a huge one. However, the property that they want to build it on encroaches on protected wetlands and a protected trout stream. The EPA is actually trying to give them a waiver. God knows why. Like if you don't know, I'm sure. Yeah, right. But there's this whole area is like nothing but like warehouse city, and they're all empty. That's the bizarre part. There's a little town called Tatamy, which is south from here. You drive down the highway, and on both sides of the highway for miles, right? Nothing but warehouses. And I'm talking like 800,000 square foot warehouses. Same thing here now. There was a nice golf course right up the road, and it's now a huge warehouse. And it's empty. And now they want to build another one, you know, encroaching on this protected wetlands. But the EPA, so anyhow, there was a hearing scheduled. This is where I'm getting at, or what I'm getting at. Some of the people that I have talked to that are against this said that they scheduled this hearing tonight, knowing full well that there was going to be a snowstorm.
Right. Yeah.
So nobody could show up and fight it.
Right.
Now, is that true? I don't know.
Well, if they postpone it. Then
No, they're not postponing it.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
If they postpone it, then it's not true. If they're going ahead, then
They from what I gathered, it was.
it's a game,
an hour
folks.
ago?
It's a game.
Right.
It's a game.
But we don't need another warehouse.
No. We don't need it. It's a game. You got to stop pretending that it's not. They're all wearing dresses in the women's bathroom. That's what they're doing. You just got to stop. Got to sit back, look at it.
Look at that.
You melted it.
A bill. Wow. That's just.
He's going to yell at me because I set it up. That's what it is.
Absolutely.
All
Bruce.
fair.
What did you do to me here? This new equipment.
There is a little screw or a little wrench at the bottom of that if you want to take it out and tighten it up a little more.
We can do that later.
Yeah.
Then the Eric Holder came out from under his rock. Remember Eric Holder, the attorney general who like did all this nasty bad stuff and was never held accountable.
Yeah, amazing.
He lied to Congress.
Amazing.
How is that?
What, they wrote a strong letter.
Yeah, but who cares? The guy should be in jail for what he did. He should be in jail.
Yeah, well.
Anyhow, he crawled out from under his rock.
He got the golden ticket.
Yeah.
He's like Charlie.
Right. So
they're all Charlie up there. They're all Charlie. They get elected, it's a golden ticket, man.
He was saying that once the Democrats get back in office, they're going to nix the filibuster and jam-pack the Supreme Court. They're just going to ram through all this crap.
I'm sorry. I said the golden ticket, and all I could see is Biden like falling and like Willy Wonka did.
Why don't they go after this guy?
Because they're all in on it. They're all in on it.
I mean, Comey skated.
Yeah.
Letitia skated.
They're all in on it.
It's unbelievable.
It's a organization. Has anybody come to or realize that yet?
It's a one-party thing.
Yeah, the UniParty. That's what it is.
It's
now
unbelievable.
you do have a couple people in there. I got to give people credit.
Like who?
Well,
Name one.
There's a couple people that I think I don't want to name them because then they're gonna be kind of eyed at. And they got to keep low. But I think there are a couple people in there that really do care, are really taking time to see what's going on. Unfortunately, they have to play the game, because if not, they're going to be out, or, they'll be Charlie Kirked. Who was that guy that committed suicide?
Epstein?
No, he shot
That just
himself.
went away.
Shot himself twice in the head and then hung himself or something. Who was
No.
that? It was somebody. Hillary,
That was one of Hillary's, Chelsea's dad.
to the head, and then I'll hang myself.
Right.
Suicide. So you got to wake up, people. This is not, it's not the next election that's gonna change the world. We can have people get in there, but the good people, I think they're just going to have to start keeping their mouth shut and infiltrate, just like how it's just gotten infiltrated before that.
Maybe.
And that's my point. I don't want to necessarily say people, because I think there are some good people in there, and they need to keep their mouth shut, and they need to see what's going on until they can get some help. And maybe that's how we have to do it. We got to get some people in there.
Well, look what happened. Matt Gaetz, right? He would have been a great attorney general. They railroaded him.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got guys like Trey Gowdy, who just flap their gums and nothing ever happened.
Right.
And
then
now
they
we got
go
the
on,
same thing again.
The news agency, and they pretend like they know what's going on.
Right.
Well, they do know what's going on. See,
Yeah,
that's the point. They do know what's going on. They just don't tell you the truth of what's going on.
Look at Rand Paul. He's mouthing off again, and nothing ever happens.
Right. So there's a lot. I told you about the silence. There's a lot of people waking up, and the representatives, the group, the UniParty, the organization, whatever you want to call it, that supposedly represent the people, they should start paying attention to this, because it's getting bigger.
Well,
and
here's a classic example of what we're talking about. This guy really cares. It's a GOP senator, and he is, his name is Bernie Moreno, and he's a Republican from Ohio. And he's introducing legislation that will end dual citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people, I know a couple people, they have dual citizenship. They'll be American citizens, and then their ancestors were Irish, so they can get an Irish, citizenship as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they get an Irish passport, American passport,
Right.
that kind of thing. So he's originally from Colombia. He was born in Colombia, and he renounced his Colombian citizenship, I guess it was back 10 years or so ago, and he became an American citizen at the age of 18. And he did it at the first opportunity he could do it. And he became a citizen. He said it was an honor to pledge an oath of allegiance to the United States of America, and only to the United States of America. And he feels that if you're going to be an American, be an American.
Mm-hmm.
None of this dual citizenship stuff.
Right. Exactly.
Now, my guess is that this isn't going to go anywhere.
Well, of course not.
It's definitely not going to go anywhere. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Right. The organization won't let it pass. So
But he's trying. This is a guy that actually.
But this is somebody that actually cares, and you just have to hope that he can stay in there, stay with it, doesn't get turned. And that's the biggest thing, is the people getting turned. They're in it so long. But again, they're so used to the way it's been. And I'm talking about people who are in politics, who are in the news organizations. I think some of the news organizations are starting to see it, like the New York Times, and there's a couple things on CNN. They're starting to see what's going on in across the country, and they're starting to see the people aren't going to just be fed the nonsense anymore. And I think they're getting a little nervous.
I hope so. I hope they're getting nervous.
But I don't know that.
But the thing is, the big thing is the midterms.
Yeah.
If the Republicans lose in the midterms, everything's done. Trump will get impeached again. they'll throw him out of office, and then we're back to, Obama 2.0.
If you go with that system. What I'm saying is...
Oh, completely change the system?
No, what I'm saying is I don't know that the people are going to... If things don't change here real soon, and I'm talking like next couple months, if people out there don't see some kind of shift, not talking about just the border closing or jobs coming back, I'm talking about criminals being held accountable that are trying to destroy this country. I don't know that the midterms are really going to matter, because I think the citizens right now, like I said, since Charlie Kirk, that something shifted there, and you can feel it. We can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel it, and I don't know that that's going to be. It's going to be the most important part that the people aren't paying attention in politics. But I don't know if that's going to be as critical in the people's minds. If they actually see or feel or perceive that it doesn't matter who's in, we're still heading towards the cliff.
Trump's trying to stop it.
Yes.
I think.
Yes. But again, Trump's an outsider. He wasn't a career politician. He wasn't a senator. He wasn't a congressman. He wasn't a mayor. He was really one of the very first ones that and took over the head position. It wasn't like he worked his way up.
Right. They just did it.
So he's the example that it can be done, but you gotta have fight in you, because of what he's gone through.
I still can't believe.
And unfortunately,
this man has
you
gone
gotta have
through.
some money to defend it. But there is a shift coming.
What is that?
It's just that there's there's a little screw right there that needs to be tightened.
This one.
Yep. I tightened it, but I guess
you tightened it. You just wanted me to look stupid.
You can't fool me. I'm a moron. Who was that? That was
the Big Bird.
He's hiding in that. He's not hiding in the stove. Because it's a Bugs Bunny.
Yes. Now, all the Republican AGs, attorney generals, or attorneys general, what they're trying to do now, they're adding firepower to Trump's push to get birthright citizenship stopped. So there's 24 of them, and Tennessee and Iowa are leading 24 states, and they're appearing before the Supreme Court, and they're trying to overturn, well, actually not overturn, but they're trying to get a ruling on a 150-year-old law about birthright citizenship. And so the anchor babies is what we're talking about. So somebody comes here, and this was really big when 10, 15, 20 years ago, right?
Still.
People come over here pregnant.
80s, 90s.
Yeah. They come here on vacation, my air quotes, and they would give birth to a kid. The kid automatically becomes a U.S. citizen, gets a Social Security number in the hospital, and then the parents
can become
citizens.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a scam and a half.
Yeah.
And then there were people who were actually making a business out of doing this, bringing these people over here.
So they were paying them to bring them in vacation.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. So Trump's trying to stop it.
Yeah.
And the law is 150 years old, and it happened right after the Civil War. And basically what it reads is that if you were a freed slave or, you had to be born here. And it was about Confederates that, so he was saying for a foreigner to come here and give birth, and have the kid be a citizen, that's not what the intent of the law was.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically for slaves and for the Confederates that came back into the Union.
Right. Well, we'll have to see where that goes.
Who were already
because,
living here.
Right.
So
And again, if we could get if we didn't have this mass invasion that the last administration allowed.
I think it goes back even before that.
No, but
that's
saying,
just the one that we're aware of.
I'm saying this probably wouldn't be such a big deal to get through to the people that, this was that. Now they're just lumping it all into, ICE is kicking out citizens, and
no, they're not. They're not. They're kicking out illegal aliens.
Yes. So it's just one more thing that they can lump in their bag of tricks to try to complain about and make people feel bad so that they'll vote for them. That's my point.
So if you look at the law at the time when it was written, it says that citizenship attached to kids whose parents were lawfully in the country, meaning the slaves and the Confederates.
Mm-hmm.
And each child born in this country is precious no matter their parents' immigration status, but not every child is entitled to American citizenship. So this case could allow the Supreme Court to resolve a constitutional question with far-reaching implications for the states and our nation. So it's starting to look like he's going to get his way here, because he signed an executive order on day one about this, and now it's like started all these lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
So now it went through the whole system, and now it's going to go to the Supreme Court.
Right.
But it looks good.
It's amazing what he's done so far that has actually stood up now. They took 4 years to plan it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Well, I also heard they had, I think it was his 20th, no, his 9th. I forget where it was. I just saw it. It was either the 20th or the 9th. No, it was the 9th. It was his 9th cabinet meeting since he got into office. It was, 9th cabinet meeting. So it's one a month, right?
Right.
That's more than Biden had in 4 years. And Jill Biden was running the cabinet meetings.
Right.
Remember?
Yes. That's true.
He would just turn it over to her. What was that all about?
Yeah. Well, he wasn't able to run the country. We saw it all at the, excuse me, yeah, boy. We saw it all
Sorry,
at the...
I'm boring you.
We saw it all at the, on the debate. I mean, it was the first time that people actually opened their eyes and said, whoa, there's something wrong here.
Yeah, but we already knew that.
Yes, I know. We could see that. So he was not capable of running the country.
And it goes back to Corn Pop,
Yeah.
Remember that? All those stories when he was running?
Yeah. Right.
The kids are rubbing their hands up and down his hairy legs, and this guy named Corn Pop, and
yeah.
yet still people voted for him. That's the scary part.
And supposedly, what was it, like, how many more million than Obama got?
Yeah, a lot. I don't believe it for a minute.
I have a feeling there's something going on in Venezuela
something squirrely
with that, too. But we'll leave that for another podcast.
Yeah. Now, there's another bite. So this is like Alien Week, right? This is Alien Week at Podpinions. These just kept popping up as I was doing some research today.
Right.
There's a bipartisan bill this time. So the Democrats are on board with this one. It's aiming to prevent Syrians with terror ties from reaching the U.S. border. Now, is this common sense or what?
Sure.
You would think.
Yeah, you would think.
Right. So it's part of a broader focus on Homeland Security. A bipartisan group of House members introduced legislation they claim would strengthen border security by identifying and tracking potential terrorists well before they reach the U.S. homeland. Hello?
So what do you think is turning this?
I don't know. But yet they still have an issue with these Afghans.
Was it because Washington, D.C. was hit? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know what is
causing all of a sudden the shift. And
but they're still screaming and yelling about the Afghans.
mm-hmm.
So I don't understand this. You would think this would also kind of fall into that category, or that would come into this category.
Right.
So there's Representative Lou Correa. He's a Democrat from California. He said that our constituents are relying on the Department of Homeland Security and its partners to identify these threats and address them long before they pose a tangible threat to the communities we represent.
I don't know. I don't know what the the good answer is for the New York Times with Walsh, with this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bipartisan.
It's kind of weird.
There's got to be something going on behind the scenes. Is it all the...
How about you just go all terror groups?
Yeah.
Not just one.
Or is it because they're seeing the writing on the wall that, some people might actually start being held accountable for dirty deeds they've done?
Maybe.
While being, in charge.
Maybe.
I don't know what it is, but I hope that's the reason.
Oh, on a positive note, I was hunting the past couple days, and one of the guys that I hunt with happens to work for a very, very large poultry breeder.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about, the lack of turkeys, because we really haven't seen any turkeys anywhere. And it's bird flu epidemic, as we all know, but it's really bad.
That's it.
So check this out. I said, well, where's this coming from? China, right? Bird flu originated in China. Stunner. And so what blew my mind was he can't even go like turkey hunting or have bird.
Okay.
Yeah, because
then he could infect his birds.
Right. He can't, if he goes turkey hunting or whatever, he can't go to work for like 4 days.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, it's really wild. But what he was telling me was that because I was asking about the Canadian goose population, because it's out of control here in Northeast PA. The resident geese, they don't leave.
Yeah.
And he said they're not the real problem. He said it's the snow geese, because they actually will fly somewhere else, like millions of them. They wind up in like North Carolina.
Okay.
And I said, well, can we get it? He said, well, no, nobody's gotten it yet, but all these snow geese were dropping like flies. I mean, thousands of them, right? Bears and coyotes and vultures were eating them, and they were eating so much of them that they actually contracted the disease.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Well,
bears
why
actually
isn't that
die. That's what I said. I said, why isn't that on the news?
Right.
He said, can you imagine if that was on the news? Forget it.
Yeah.
But so the positive side of this, he said, is that they're getting the bird flu thing under control, and the price of eggs is going to start dropping again.
Oh, that's good.
Down to like where it'll be like $1 or something a dozen.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah, it's very good news.
But did they keep it secret because then
I don't know.
Then they could blame Trump for not doing anything on the economy, so we'll just hide the millions of birds falling out of the sky.
But it's like chronic wasting disease with deer.
Yeah, right.
And now there's an encephalitis outbreak with deer. An elk and that family.
Yeah. Right.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
So if you're a hunter, and you might want to get your deer tested before you eat it, even though they say that you can't get it.
Right. Well, you'll never know.
Right.
What they could do is soak it in
that soda,
that zero Pepsi.
Oh man. Can you imagine what it would taste like? Yeah, let's marinate our meat in zero sugar.
Don't laugh. It's probably on Facebook somewhere with a recipe.
Oh, man. Yikes. That stuff was nasty.
Yeah.
I like Pepsi, but that stuff is just disgusting.
Yeah.
You didn't try it?
No.
Are you
told
going
me to? No.
No.
No. I'm good.
So I guess we should wrap it up.
Another night. But this is fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Kind of enjoying the new digs and
Yeah.
relaxing.
Except for this microphone that keeps collapsing on me.
We'll fix his mic. He's got a screw loose, so we'll fix that.
I do. See you next time.
All right. Have a good one, folks.
Slam the follow button. This is Podpinions.